over here first we do string img URL and await get img URL. Now here we pass the file name. We need to return the image URL so that later on in our app we can view it. So now we don't have this method, so we need to go ahead and create this. So here we'll create this method, and the method type would be future get img URL, and then we'll pass a string name to it because the file name is a string name. And then inside this here we'll create a variable and we'll call it space ref and call it anything. So Firebase storage dot instance dot ref. Now remember, we are going to put everything right below chat tag, just a name. You can name it anything you like. Now inside this, so it would get us, with this we'd be able to get the link. So it would do var str await space dot get download URL. So with this we would have the path of the image, and then if it's empty then return empty. Now over here, because we have this, so let's add this. So all we do, we actually return the image URL. We need that, otherwise we won't be able to view it here. Now let's come to upload file, this one. So this is where the image URL comes into play. If uploading has been successful, then we return the image URL. Now these are coming from Firebase storage. As you can see, when you upload things and save things in Firebase storage, you will have this states that you can keep track of. So with this, we would be able to upload image to Firebase. Now the question is if well, we are going to upload them or not. So how to check it actually, if they're being uploaded or not. Now over here, I'm going to restart everything. Let's see, we shouldn't have any error. Okay, so let's click on this. We are here, and let's see if we can access from gallery or not. Well, in that case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the other one, and then I'm going to run it over here. So let's see if we get permission or not. So this is the image, and then we click on this. Okay, well, it's still not working. Let's see why not. Okay, so here we are not actually calling it. We need to call the method that we created. So here we do controller dot image from gallery. All right, now let's save it, and let's try it one more time. Well, it looks like it lost its connection, so we'll restart our app and see how it goes. Now let's click on this, and let's come over here, and let's see if we can still send message. Hi there. All the messages are normal. As you can see, we can send messages. And this time I want to click on this and see. No, we still get error. And another setup we need to do, we need to come over here inside this iOS folder, runner folder, and p info list. Actually this one, we don't need this. So inside this we need to give it a special permission, and I'll just put it right below this one. So this is for accessing camera and related information. So now let's go ahead and restart. And over here, now let's see if we can send an image. Well, after setting this and rebooting from the beginning, it just works. Okay, all right. So let's come over here. Let's cancel this. So we'll come over here and right here, and then we'll click on this. and now we get a permission, and as well as we can select that. And here, yes, it does look like we still have a bit of issues, like can't handle this kind of image. We're not sure why. Let's go ahead and check that. Image picked. All right, so let me remove this app completely and try it again. A lot of time restarting just helps. Well, after adding this, now we have restarted the app, and it looks like we gotta do everything from the beginning. So let's log in, and it should be good. All right, now let's come over here. We see this guy, and now we'll see if we can send images to him. And here we'll select this one and this image, and no object exists at the desired reference. And well, we're not sure that it worked, so let's come over here and we see Firestore. Well, it looks like none of our messages has arrived over here. We don't see an image. Now, so let's go back to this view file over here. And after this, actually, once we have this on controller image gallery, actually we want to return, go back. So here we do get.back, and let's see how it goes. And let's restart. Now we'll select from here one more time, and this one. Okay, well, it still says that object not found, so most probably we need to enable Firebase storage. So let's go ahead and check that first. Saved it in database somewhere. So here we'll create a method and we'll call it send image message, and then here URL. This is the URL that will be sent, then we'll put it in our database. Just now we didn't do that, so that's why we had this error. So anyway, now here we'll create message content object, remember, just like last time. So here we'll have UID and we'll call it user ID, and content should be URL, the one that's being sent. Type here we would say image, and then add a time, so timestamp dot now. So here we'll create a variable and we'll call it content. And after that, over here we're going to save everything in the database. Now for this thing, I think we can just copy part of the thing that we had done early over here. So that'd be pretty much like over here. So I'm gonna copy all of this, and then I'm gonna put it here. And well, we do need to make some of the changes, so let's go ahead and do that. Now the first one is message, and then connection message list. Here it's same, here it's same, and actually here it's same as well. Now here it's different, so here we want to send a content rather than the one that we had early. Content. All right. Well, I think it's not this one, so it should be well, here last message, well, it's about an image, so we don't really send the message or image over here. We can tag it that it's an image. Here I'm going to put it like this, so this special bracket, heavy bracket, as well as this double quotation, and the content itself is the content, so we don't have any problem. I think everything else stays the same. It's just the type is different. Image or earlier one was content, so that's different. So now we're gonna call this one send image URL. So it took the URL and it created a new content object, message object, using image type, and everything else stays same as previously, where we can insert a record in the database as an image. All right, so now we'll come over here and call this one, and then here we'll send img URL, and then we are good to go. And yeah, that's it. So now let's restart it and see how it goes. Now we'll come over here and let's click on this, and let's see how it goes, if we can really send something this time or not. Okay, nothing happened. Now this is our chat. Let's see whether the last one was anyone was. Well, looks like this is the image that's being sent actually, and of course we don't see the image yet. And let's see. So no, not this one, not this one either, not this one, not this one. Well, let's work on this. I'm gonna so we just sent one. It looks like it was this one. Hi there. And let's check by sending an image if we have a new response from it or not, and then we'll click on this button, and if we see, okay, so looks like this one. Yes, so here the content is being empty, so there is a bit of problem. So it means that we can do the record, but the content itself is being empty. So now let's see why. So after debugging a lot, I found that I was missing this one. Actually, we need to go ahead and create a folder. So we'll check our Firebase app over here, project, and we'll come to this build section and we'll click on this storage, and then we'll get started. Still doing production mode, and select like this. Now here, let's see if we can create a new file. So here we'll call it chat, and we'll add this. So hopefully we'll save images over here, and let's see if we can rewrite everything, rewrite if, okay, well, looks like everything should be good. Now this is the time we go ahead and check it one more time. So here's our app, and let's see if we can select from here, and okay, looks like it was sent, and well, it's done twice though. But now let's come over here and let's see if we have an image or not. Yes, we have an image, and this is what we have uploaded just now. It may take a bit of time to load it first time, but it is true that we have as you can see, yeah, this one. Now if we come to Firebase storage, now inside this, if we check our message record, any of them could have, looks like a lot of them are empty. Okay, well, what we could do, we could send one right away, and we'll see if we are able to send or not. Looks like this one. Yes, so this image record has been here now, and we also see that the image is here, so we can successfully send images. Now, well, I'm gonna use my other one over here. Okay, so I'll keep over here this one, and I'm gonna remove this and reinstall once again, so in this device, so that we can see that two devices are chatting seamlessly. But yes, we do have other issues to take care. Oh, I'm not sure it worked. Okay, I think it should be here, right? Maybe not this one. Let's stop this app and restart again. So let's wait for it to be built. Now here it looks like the app is ready, and starting from scratch, and we'll come over here, log in, and select this one. And I'm gonna check this one, and now here we are. So I see my other account, and these are the messages that have been sent. Now here's a weird problem. So the image we shouldn't see at the top, should be seen at the bottom. So now there's this problem with you know, the order, so we need to fix that one. And let's click on send. So we are able to send it, but looks like it gets forwarded twice. That's the other issue that we need to take care. So we see it here as well, and here as well. Hi, how are you? Yes, we do get them immediately. But anyway, so chatting is working, but there are some weird issues that we need to take care. So let's take care of them one by one. So the way the order is mismatched because of this one, so let's go ahead and set it to false. And let's come to our app over here, this one. Okay, and let's try to restart this app and see how it goes. Okay, so it went there, and we click on this. Yes, so if we go back, click on this, yes, it still see the correct way. Hi there, let's send message. Okay, now go back and open it again, just like this. So this is the correct one, but this device might not have. Yes, that's because I didn't restart it. So this is the other device, so the device was this one, I guess. And let's do it, hot reload, and let's click on this. Well, it looks like I gotta start this one, so it'll be over here and just getting started, but you get the idea. So this is where it had this problem, it didn't work. Okay, great. Now what do we need to do? Well, let's come inside this messages over here, and inside this, actually we are going to create a new file, and we'll call it controller.dart. Now from now on, we're gonna work on this, and inside this I'm gonna create another file, and we'll call it state.dart, and the other one we'll do is create another file. Okay, hold on. So another file, and we'll call it view.dart. Yes, and the one bindings.dart. Right, the last one we'll create is index.dart. All right, great. So we had this. Now I think this has been ready, and if we click on this, we do see that we have the correct order right now. Hi, did you check your message? All right, so here we also see immediately. Great. Now what we need to do, we need to come over here, and what do we want to achieve this time? So here would be our contact. So as long as there are so many people in the database, it's the total database users, and from here you start chatting with them. So this is the, I mean, if you can choose from here, and if you have chatted with someone, the history would be found over here, chatting history, like that. Okay, so it would be all the contacts in your database, and this would be the people that you have so far contacted and their chatting history. One thing though, which I should tell you, if you see carefully, it has a refresh button. So this is one thing that we would keep in mind to go along from now. So this time the idea would be showing information from here, the chatting history, more like that. Anyway, so here we are going to create a controller, and we'll call it message controller, extends getX controller. All right, and most probably we need to import getX, so let's do that. Import package and getX. All right, and it looks like we still have an issue. Functions, oh okay, I need to tag it as a class. Okay, yeah, the error should be gone. Now here we also need to access some of the properties. So first one is final token. So here we would do user store dot to dot token, so it would be current user token, and here we would do our db Firebase and firestore dot instance, and let's see if we can import it. Package cloud firestore, this one. Okay, all right. And now you also saw that we have here this bindings, not bindings actually, not view. Let's see, we are supposed to have state class, so that's what I'm referring to here. Now inside the state class, actually we also need to declare a variable. So first here we'll declare a class for this, and here we'll call it message state. That's as simple as that one. And then here I'll have an Rx list. Here I will have this one, Rx list, and we have to import a lot of stuffs for that. Let's go ahead and do that. So here import first package get, because Rx list is coming from getX. And then for this one, let's see if we can, yes, we did that, and still document snapshot, it's not coming, so import package Firestore, let's see, yes. Okay, great. Now this is the list, and Rx list is also a list which is called observable list. Rx means actually observable, and as you can see here, this is observable, so we have an observable list. So if things happen in this list, we would know about it, that's all. Now here inside this we'll have a variable, we'll call it message state equal message state. So we'll have access to that, and here we'll also have a listener, that's all. Now as I said earlier, we were talking about refresh control, refreshing our UI. Like as you saw earlier, when you come to this page, change the tab, it automatically refresh because it wants to read back information, so that's what we want. Now for this reason we have to install refresh controller here. Refresh controller, well, I wouldn't say install, is getting an instance of it. Refresh controller, and here we'll have initial value, initial refresh, initial refresh true. Now this might get us error, so let's see if we can import that, and I have a typo. Okay, and refresh controller, so it's not being imported, so here let's import it automatically. Package pull to refresh, this one, and then over here we'll declare a variable, and the type would be refresh controller, and the variable name is refresh controller. Okay, now the error is gone, we need that. Now first we need to go ahead and create a function to load all the data from Firebase, the message data, one more time. So here we do async load all data, this one. Now inside this, here we do await db.collection. Now our collection is message, and then here we do with converter. All right, let's get more space. So here definitely we want to get message dot from fires from, well, it's not recognizing, most probably first we need to import it. Let's go ahead and do that, and we already know inside that there is a from Firestore method, and then over here msg, and then we'll have options, and then msg dot from Firestore, sorry, it should be to Firestore, and then here we do where. Now inside this, well, we have a couple of errors, so let's fix them, and we should also fix over here. All right, now inside this we want to do a conditional check, so here we do to UID. Now this should be is equal to token, the current user, and then we want to get all the data. That's as simple as that one. So first we check if the user has clicked on a certain chatting history, get all these messages for that user, and there's the other way of doing that, but anyway, so here we do from messages. Now here we'll call it var2 messages. All right, now only thing we need to change over here, oh, actually it should be from UID, and over here it stays the same, so there is no change with that one. so it doesn't matter whoever sent the messages. And over here we'll check, well, the first thing we could do state.messageless.clear. We clear whatever we had early, and then here from messages.docs is not empty. If it's not empty, which means we have already chatting history in the Firebase console, so we get all of them and then we add them over here. So here we do from messages.docs. Now here we would also do two messages.docs is not empty. Then we're gonna add everything. So here we do state.messagelist dot add all. Now here two messages.docs. So we add everything. Now this function is interesting because we're going to use it in two different places. So we'll create another two function. First one we'll call on refresh. We have to call this later from our UI. So here we would call async load data, and if we can load all the data, now it has well, this is an asynchronous operation, and based on that we have to say refresh complete. So here we do refresh controller, this one, the one we did early, and then refresh completed, this one, and inside this reset footer state true. Now this is coming from a plugin, pull to refresh plugin, if you see over here. Now they do require you to have this two method. One is called on refresh and the other is on loading. So we have to have those two. Now inside this, here we'll say catch error. So if there is error, so here we do refresh controller dot refresh failed if we have error. Alright, so this is one method. Now there's another method, and the method name is onloading. It does the same thing, but it happens during loading. Now this is our controller so far, but we need to go ahead and use it from our UI. Now where is our UI? So this should be our UI over here. So here we're gonna first create a class, actually a stateless class, and we'll call it message page, just like this, and then we're going to import the necessary libraries, and that's it. And after this, actually over here we could do an app bar. So here we do app bar, and we'll call it build app bar, and inside this we'll return app bar widget. Alright, and then our error should be gone. Looks like we need to import part of the libraries. Let's do that. And then here we'll return transparent app bar. Transparent app bar, this one. Okay, great. Well, instead of returning two app bars, actually you can just return this transparent app bar, which we have used before. Now here inside this we'll have title, text, and here we'd say message, that's it. And then we'll have a style to it, text style, and then color. So here we'll do app colors dot primary background color, and the font size 18.sp, and font weight dot 600. Now looks like we also need to import that sp, so let's go ahead and do that. Import package, and we could get away with this. All right, so now inside this over here Of course we have a scaffold, and then we'll have body. Now for app, we want app bar first, right? So here we do build app bar, and then we just simply return, just like this. Now we need to come to our application page over here, and I think we had this view over here. So instead of contact page, right now here we could say message page, and it looks like we need to import, and maybe it needs a const. Okay, great. Now let's save it. Here we are done with this. Now if you come over here, well, not this phone, it should be the other iPhone. So right here, yes, so it's already working. So we want to have like this. Now inside this we'll have body. Now inside body we'll have message list like this. Now this one doesn't exist yet, so we're gonna go ahead and create one. So here we have this chats widget. Now inside this, here we're gonna create a new file, and we'll call it message list.dart. And let's see, it looks like we have an issue. Well, the issue should be gone. So here we're gonna create a stateless class, and we'll call it message list. And let's import libraries, and let's import it here, and the error is gone. Obviously this part we don't need now, so rest of the thing will happen over here. So once again, here we'll have get view, and then inside this we'll have message controller. Let's import our get package, import package, well, it's not recognizing, so let's try it one more time but different way, just like this. Okay, great. All right, so this is not what we want, but even before that we need to come to our application bindings over here, and we're gonna load our message controller over here, which we need that. So here we do message controller. Let's copy this and put it here. And okay, so with this the loading should be done. Okay, now first inside this stateless, now there are a few ways to go ahead. So first over here we're gonna invoke obx. All right, and then here we'll call smart controller a smart refresher. This one, that's what we want. Let's see. Okay, now, well, with this, if it doesn't work, then pull to refresh, import package, pull to refresh, and the error should be gone. Now it might ask you to add a controller to it, which we'll do very soon. So there are some properties. Let's set them up, and it will pull up. So here we'll also do true, and then inside this we have to set up controller.refresh controller. Now this is the one that we have created over here. So this is the refresh controller, so we don't need this. Now the error is gone, and here on refresh. Well, now on loading, so we could do controller.unload. Unloading this one, and then on refresh, controller.onRefresh. On refresh, yes, just like this. So we needed them, so that's why we created early. Looks like it's not recognizing, so let's close this as well. Let's come over here on refresh, right? And after this, here we'll have header. Now header itself, we could use water drop header, this one. So this is automatic. I think this is coming from Smart Refresher itself, so we don't need to worry about that one. Now inside this we'll have child, and here we'll have custom scroll view, and here pretty much would be the same like before we did slivers. Now here we'll have slivers padding, and the padding here we do edge insets dot symmetric. Now horizontal 0 and vertical 0 as well. Okay, let's do W, and I guess we need to import package, this one. Now that is gone. So that was the silver padding, and let's see what else we have. Sliver, now here we'll have sliver. Now inside the sliver we could use sliver list, this one, and once again this is the old thing that we have done many times, sliver builder delegate, and then inside this we'll have context and index. All right, right after this the old thing, var item will read everything possible, controller.state.msg message list, and then we'll look through it and get each of them. And over here, so this is something that we are going to create, we don't have. And right after this we do child count and controller.state.message list.length. All right, great. Now here we're going to create widget, a return widget. So here we do message list item. Okay, now we need to go ahead and create this one. We don't have, so this is what we do over here at the top. So here we'll just simply return widget type, widget, and then here we'll call it message list item. Now inside this query document snapshot msg, that's what we are passing from there. And let's import the capital M, and then here we need to import package, most probably this one, and error should be gone. Let's import this guy. All right, so now here we need to just simply return a container first. With this the error should be gone. All right, now this is actually, if you see the state, not chat state, if you see the state here, I think I got the wrong state, not this one, it should be this one. So we are returning query document snapshot, so that's why in our message list we are also passing that. All right, okay, good. Now here we'll have padding and edge insets dot only. Here we do top and the left and the right. Okay, great. And after that we do child ink well, okay, on tab. Okay, so here, so it should be, each of them would be shown over here, and as we click on them we would go to a new chatting page where we'll start chatting based on the previous chatting. Here we could do the same, right? But this is the contact list, so after chatting this should be here. Don't worry, I just injected the controller, so this is the problem. Let's terminate that and let's restore everything. It should be good. Okay, now here, as you see, we already have refresh controller, but because we don't have anything, so it could be the reason that why is throwing error, but we can ignore that for now. Okay, anyway, so it doesn't matter, so let's continue. Well, inside this, right after this, we'll have child, and then we'll have row, and main axis alignment dot start, and over here cross axis alignment dot start as well. Now we'll have children, and inside this we'll have container, and inside the container I'm gonna copy this. We need them anyway, so top 0, left 0, and right 15, and right after this we'll have child, and then we'll have sized box. Okay, and here we'll have width and 54.w, height 54.w, just like this. And inside this we want to show our child, and here we do cast network image. Now we know that this is not going to come over here on its own, so let's import like this. Now inside this we want to show our image URL. Now here we do image URL. Now before even we do that, so let's take the data and check from who this is coming from. So from UID, the person who clicked is this, whether this is the same person as the user of this app, which is based on token. So if it is the case, then you do item dot data dot to avatar. So it's the other person's avatar that we are showing, not your own avatar. Makes sense? And then otherwise here item dot data dot from avatar, this one. Make sure it says it's not null. Here we do the same. Okay, the error is gone. So the person is the user, same as the ID is same as the from ID. That means if you are the user, you are clicking on this, so you'd go to new page. On that page you'd show the other person's avatar, not your. It should make sense, right? Right, let's save this. Okay, all right, we don't see anything yet because we still have an error, so let's see if we can get rid of the error this time. Yes, and if you see, this is me, and now here this is already the person that we have already talked, and that's why it's here right now. It's amazing, it's working already. Now this is not how we want to show, so over here we do builder, and inside this we'll pass context and image provider. Image, well, that's what we already have, and here we'll have container and width, once again 54.w, height 54.w, and then decoration, box decoration, and then image, decoration image over here, and image itself. Here is our image provider, and then fit box fit.cover. Now with this it'll look like I guess it should be like more like a circular, but it looks like it didn't change. This is the reason we should set up the border radius, and then here we do border radius dot all. Now here radius dot circular 54. All right, so it's good. They are a little bit different, right? Okay, great. All right, so with this part is done. Now that part was showing this image. I think previously we also have worked on an issue where if you don't have the image, then we should have a fallback image. So here we do our fallback image. So here we say error widget, and inside this context URL and error. Now here we do image asset image assets images feature1.png. so that's what we'll have, and error should be gone, most probably at a const. All right, so this is this part. Now what exactly you want like this, so if you see, then you also want to show your name, the last message, like as you can see here, and as well as the time. So there are a lot more things that we need to work, so let's get started. So that was the first container inside the row, and then we'll have another container, and for this one I guess we need padding one more time. Let's copy that and put it here. So 0 0 0, and this time we don't need so much, just 5 is okay. And then inside this we'd use decoration, box decoration, and then border, second one, and border. And here we'll use bottom border, and inside this border side and width, say 1, and the color, so we'll use OX FFE5 E5 E5. all right, we are good to go. Let's see, add a const before that. Okay, great. Now inside this we want to have a child, and then we'll have a row and cross-axis alignment dot center. So that's vertically should be center. Now here we'll have children, and inside this we'll have sized box. So the first size box width is 200.w, so that would be shown while we have this row. So first row would cover pretty much like this amount of space. Inside the row we'll have first child as a column, and then again just a text. All right, so here we'll have height 48.w. now inside this, now as I said, we'll have column, now children. Now that would show the name and the last message. So main axis alignment. So let's set up some style, main axis alignment. This is the space between cross-axis alignment dot start. All right, now we'll come over here. So first one is a text. Now inside this we do item dot data, and then get from UID. Just like last time, let's check over here, controller dot token. So if they're same, so item data dot to name. Otherwise we'd do item data from name, just like this, and there should be gone. Let's save it. Yeah, so that's the name, right? Okay, so it's the other person's name, the person that in your contact list you want to talk with him, you show his name. That's how it works over here. Now once again, overflow, we can set up style or other things like overflow. So here we do text overflow dot clip, and then max lines 1, and then style, text style, and then font family Avener, font weight dot bold, color app colors dot third element. Well, let's import it first, and the third element, this one. Okay, it changed a little bit, and then font size 16.sp. Let's save it one more time, and we are good to go. Yeah, so now it looks much better. Now we also want to copy this one and want to show the last message. Now of course this part won't be like this, so let's remove that, and we just get the last message, MSG. If it exists, then use that one, otherwise use no one. Now the message should be a little bit smaller, and font weight we can use normal. All right, now let's save it. And yeah, so that was our last message. Isn't it awesome? It's just working. All right, so the last part, and then we are almost done. So here we do sized box, and then width 60.w, height 54.w, and then we'll have child, and then column. Set this, we could do main axis alignment dot space between, and then cross axis alignment horizontally, cross axis alignment dot end, just like this. Now inside this we want to show the text. Well, so first let's go ahead and copy this one, and let's see how it goes. But we might have an overflow with this, and that's expected. Let's see, so we were inside the row, so let's see, this is a sized box, and let's cut this one. We don't want to put it inside, since this is a row. Right after this we want to put this. Okay, but we'll still have overflow issue, we know that. Yeah, that's the reason this text is too long. Now over here, just let us remove this section, the whole section. Now inside this, here we could do something called do timeline format, this one. So we're gonna use this, and over here inside we need to pass like this. So here we do item.data last time. So we are reading the last time as a time stamp. Now I guess with this we also need to cast it. So now inside this we do to date, and that should work. Time stamp. Okay, great. Now this is inside this common utils. We'll go ahead and check it. So here it converts whatever the time you pass, it converts it to minute, second, days, years, weeks, like that. So this is a basic function it has. Now let's save it, and here we have things like that. So let's reduce the size a little bit. It's gone. What else we should have? And over here, third element text. Let's save this. Yes, getting better. Now let's see this sized box, 180. Yeah, so now it looks like it's working. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. So here, now here we can go ahead and check it and start chatting, right? Like as you see. But we want to do the same. We want to click on this, go ahead and start checking and start chatting. And how to do that? Now this should be done inside this onTap event, as you can see. So let's go ahead and declare some variable. So here we do toUID and var to name, so the place where we are going to go. So that's why we do to avatar. These are all